Hello, everyone. Philip Lee returning with a new episode of Civil War Chat. Today is 23rd of January, 2023. Click on the subscribe button below here to subscribe to future episodes, and also the notification bell in the far upper right to be notified when those episodes are released. Today's talk is Contemporary Perspective on Robert E. Lee's Military Oath. While today's Robert E. Lee detractors argue that he deserved to hang for violating his oath to the U.S. Army, historian Edward Channing explains that such condemnation was not common at that time. Channing taught history at Harvard from 1883 to 1930, about 50 years. And he was a 9-year-old boy when Lee surrendered at Appomattox. Now, what's significant about that is that men who were 10 or 15 years older than him were actually fighting the war. So when he was publishing his history, his audience no doubt included some of those men who could give him direct feedback on whether he was getting things right based upon their experiences. The elite historians of today, of course, don't have that because the war was 150 years ago. So let me continue here with Channing. He writes in the 6th volume of his Pulitzer Prize winning A History of the United States, which was published in 1925 and won the Pulitzer Prize in 1926. He wrote as follows, quote, "Each and every one of these Southern military men had taken an oath each time he received a commission to be faithful to the United States. Union General Emory Upton points out that in the Army and Navy, the obligation to observe this oath was regarded with sanctity, but it could be voided by resigning, provided that the resignation was accepted," close quote. Now continuing, quoting him again. In the mental and moral chaos that prevailed in the weeks after Lincoln's inauguration, when General Winfield Scott's wayward sisters depart in peace was the psychological rule at Washington and in the country. At that time, it was only necessary for an officer of the Army or the Navy to offer his resignation and have it accepted. And with that acceptance went release from the oath of allegiance, and the officer was free to go south and lead an army against the government of the United States with a clear conscience. Okay, so let me share with you something that I'd like to discuss. This is my new book, Firepower. This book is fictional, and the purpose of it is to explain why the repeating rifles only slowly got deployed during the Civil War. And in this novel, the Confederate Secret Service is involved. They learned about the weapons early. They realized that if the Union armies got these things, the Confederacy would lose the war within a year, if not shorter. And so it was necessary for them to take action to delay and prevent, and certainly if not prevent, then delay the deployment of these weapons. They did this through the Secret Service, not with this disinformation, but with surprising true information. Okay, now keep in mind the story is fictional, but the full explanation for these delays I don't think has ever been satisfactorily explained by historians. So I think there's an opportunity for a fictional account here. You can get it, the Kindle version, for $2.99, and within 2 weeks I will have a paperback version. Okay, so that's our show for today, and I want to thank you for watching.